Hi girls, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny Penton, founder of Planner Perfect, and in today's video, it's another plan with me. Stay tuned. Hi girls, listen, I wanted to really get this out to you on Sunday. And normally I want to get these out for you on Sunday, but I couldn't. So here we are on Monday, and I'm hoping that you gain some insight into planning and using the Planner Perfect method. So what I'm going to do for today's video, because of the fact that I actually recorded a whole footage of me planning my Monday, or at least I thought I was recording and I was not. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you one of my pages for the week and how I did it, and I'm going to dissect it for you now since it's done. I can even take you through another day. So normally I'll plan for the whole week and get, I call them my absolutes, like the things I know I have to do and my routines down on what I want to do. And then I kind of the night before will go in and fill in gaps. That's kind of how it works best for me that way. And I do love to leave spontaneity gaps. That way I can, if the boys are like, hey, I want to go here tomorrow, or I come up with a great idea, then we can go ahead and find a slot or a gap in the day and during the week and go and do it. Or if I wanted to execute being able to do something for my business, or if I want to do something for myself or do something as a family, whatever it may be. So I'm going to flip you around and I'm going to show you my day. And then since I didn't even plan out my week yet because I was planning on doing it with you, I'm going to go ahead and maybe show you one of the days in real time, like tomorrow, and then I'll just fill in the rest of my weekend today. So I'm going to flip you around and show you how I dissect and what goes in my mind when I go to set out to plan my week. Okay, you guys, this is what I am using at the moment. I'm in an Adele A5, and you're going to see some things that are in my box. This is one of them, my little cute calendar. This is my artwork if you're new. And then I always use a spiral. So I'm in my little pumpkin cute harvest one, and this is in my store. I'll link you down below. Adele, for those who are wondering and asking, and rightfully so, Adele has not been able to be restocked just yet because of just our inability to be able to get our supplier to get it in as quickly as we needed. So it is coming. I apologize. And believe me, Adele is going to be back. So here we are in Adele. I'm going to go ahead and first what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, this is like a daily thing for me. And it's like my morning pages, and then it's ideas, and then it's an amazing brain dump thing. And then one of the kids' pictures, and then I have just, everything. So, but to make it, I even drew something in it. So here's my grocery. This is probably one of my worst pet peeves. Okay, so you know why? Because it's not done by a little kid of mine or a grandson. It's by my 15-year-old son. And he's been told about 1,000,000,001 times to keep his little pen away from my notebook, but it's always laying out, and he loves to write his name. How endearing. Anyway, this is where I really brain dump my meals. Now, we're gluten-free, grain-free over here. And I hope to really get you that video out this week on my journey of gluten-free and grain-free and what it's done. But I'm going to, so it takes a lot, even a regular menu takes some thought. This takes extra thought just because of the restriction. So I really have to know what I'm doing for breakfast and lunches. And I'm going to share with you in another video, though, how I make it so that children are eager to eat when I'm making, especially a 15-year-old and even a 10-year-old. I'm telling you, it's no joke. And my 20-year-old who still lives here, my daughter, she's very compliant. She's easy. But these kind of things is just what I'm really using some creativity and brain power for. And then I write my list, and then I transfer this organized over to my out and about personal to go with my everything on my grocery list journal. That is ours. So there's that. And so I wanted to really kind of get that out of the way. So I kind of wanted to show you what's in here really quick, but this is obviously, I've got it set up for November. It's going to be ready for the holidays. And then, so I've got my journal, my planner, and for right now I've got it's just a 2024. This is actually a journal. And I wanted to show you this. I have this in here right now because I'm creating one for myself. So this is the Stalogy, and I'm actually having this made for me, and with this same paper, and with my artwork on the cover. So that's why this book is in here, just for relevance of, it's going to be an A5 size, and it's just so that I can get a feel for it and to know it. And then I'll know how I want it to look, and in terms of which art and how I'm going to go about this. So that's why this is in here. So be looking out for this, and I hope 2024, which I believe that's exactly when it'll be done, probably earlier in the year than later. So look out for a planner perfect type style Stalogy with artwork on the cover. So it won't be plain. The paper will be very much so similar to the paper on the inside, which is almost like Bible paper in my opinion, a little bit thicker maybe, because I don't know if they've changed their paper, I don't know. But graph, there'll be, I think, graph in here, maybe dot grid, we shall see. But yeah, that's coming to Planner Perfect 2024. So anyways, that is what I got going on. And so let's go ahead and kind of get started and dive into my planner and how I did my week. So I think I did a video maybe, but let me just even kind of recap. But I've kind of gotten my calendar and so many kind of specific dates. I got my Thanksgiving completely all planned. And with this, I'm planning on putting down kind of specifics of which children are bringing what food. So I'm leaving it for that because I need to discuss it with them. We're just doing pet and family. We are definitely a big group. So it can get up to 20 plus people. So I'm just gonna be the Pettons, and that is in terms of just my kids. I mean, not even my husband's side. So it's just me and my husband and our kids and their spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatnot. So, and grandbabies. So here we are. And so it's going to be a gluten-free Thanksgiving. I have really taken the time to really get creative about how I want to do that, so no one is skipping a beat. And I came up with a fantastic menu because sometimes, I mean, it's really relatively easy. And so let me know down below if you want to know more about that, even if you want to see a video or more information about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to make it, or if you want to see any of that on my food blog, my desserts, games, things that we're thinking of, and whatnot. I use some of my fantastic stickers, which I thought, it's always a game day on there, so it'll be so much fun to have everything set up. I might even need to make like more of an addendum where, in addition to this, of where I want to do the main seating, maybe I want to do everyone downstairs since it's so big. I mean, I'm maybe set up some tables. I'm going to really get creative and think that through about how I want everyone to sit, because I don't have a place. So I'm going to figure that all out and make it super, super fun with games going in the background, just stuff like that. So I actually may do a whole new YouTube on that with meals. I think I just gave myself an idea. I need to write that down. So I like that idea a lot. Okay, so here's some of my YouTube content I want to do, keeping it right here relevant, where I can have a really quick look at, put more ideas if I want. Also have my new routine, which I really want to get established for the fall, winter months. and how I want to execute these things. So I have my routine down. That'll be another video. Also, my health and what I'm doing and how I'm really making this more grounded and habitual, adding a few more things. I'll be sharing that with you in the other video. Of course, this is all of my pages up this far. And yeah, so let's just hop right to it. Here's my week at a glance. I tend to add more as my week progresses, even because this is just more week at a glance where I know like if I'm going somewhere or it needs to be brought to my attention. And so here's my Monday. So I really wanted us to focus on this day. And I'm going to break down this day and how what went through my head and why I am planning this way and how this method can work for you. If you work outside the home, then be very intentional about your morning routine and your evening routine and your days that you're off. Those are going to be extremely valuable to you so that you can make sure that you are knowing your purpose, where God's taking you, you know your gifts and talents, and you're going to progress towards those steps each and every day. You're also going to be very intentional about your health, and I want you to be intentional about your spiritual life and your relationships. So those all take, forethought and what you plan on doing with it, what your goals are, what your why is, and where you're headed in that direction. So you never want to let just anything be given up to chance, because then we fall into ill health. We fall into maybe even toxic relationships that hinder our health, or you are not nurturing the relationships that you love. So, and that even goes for with your children, your spouse, and your loved ones. So those all things are always where this method is beneficial to you, no matter what season or where you're at. If you are a stay-at-home mom, or your season is where you are an empty nester, this is completely beneficial to you. The whole idea behind the method is that you are writing your life down in extreme detail. It is going to provoke creativity about your life, or if anything, is going to cause you to take another look if you haven't in a while, because nothing stares at you hard more than a blank page. And you might even feel like you've got writer's block. So in order to get past that, you need to really just keep thinking about your life, and if you like where it is and if you like where it's going, and it makes you do a lot of introspection. Let me also tell you another part of the story is that when it comes to the method is I'm a very busy woman. I'm a mom of 8. I own a business. I homeschool. I have a ton of kids. And the thing is that I'm a very busy woman. And sometimes I even have done this several times in my life when even developing these planners. I thought, you know what? It would be so much easier if I just had everything kind of blocked, like this written out, everything pretty for me, and at least structured for me. And that way I could just go in and fill in the blanks, because I'm really, 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 really busy. But let me tell you something. When you go in here and you begin to release creativity for your life, and you slow down enough and you make the time for this to be a part of you to be expressed, you will reap the benefit. And your life will be more enriched, and it will trigger you to dream big. And let me tell you why. Because once you start to slow down and you begin to express creativity, and you're actually learning maybe a little bit of some calligraphy or brush lettering, or you're actually the laying down of washi or watercolored stickers, you are laying a foundation of creativity. You begin to nurture that creative side to yourself. We're all made to create, and we're made to create our own lives and to write a better story. God wants us to live our very best life. Sometimes we need to clean up our act. Sometimes we need to look at things we don't want to look at. Sometimes we've got to slow down. Sometimes we need to get rid of some things. Sometimes we need to just take a big magnifying glass at our life and see if it's even something that we want to pursue. Like, is that the path I really want to pursue? Just the laying down of the paper, of looking at the paper, laying down the washi, cutting it, writing down your date, it sets the stage for you to examine your life and to make it better. If you go for the quick fix and the box and the all the decor and everything's established for you, you miss that step. And now you're driven by just the tasks at hand. So see, that I'm just telling you, the way I set this up was very intentional indeed. I could create any planner I wanted. I could create and make a planner like everybody else and just even have my artwork on it, and it'd still be different. But I took it a step further of what I know to be true, and that is that in order to live a goal-oriented life that is reflective, introspective, and forward-thinking, you need a place to write, and you need to spark and ignite creativity. And this is a surefire way to do it. And nothing lights up the mind more than creating a day that you haven't even lived yet with so much detail that by the next day, your brain thinks you've already done it. And so you're just acting out what you've already done, which makes your day flow and those dreams seem not so far away because the action steps are not daunting as much as they would have been if they were just written in a task line or a to-do list. So that's the foundation. I just hopefully that you can really gather some inspiration from that and some why behind why you are, looking at these pages, or if they look daunting or you can't seem to get over something. If you even feel stuck in a certain area, if you feel like I've never done this before, the mere fact of laying this down and beginning to write the morning already, like, what time do I want to wake up? I mean, if you start getting down to the bare bone basics and then like thinking about your health, is it where you want to be? Like, what are my next steps? Am I drinking coffee? Am I drinking too much coffee? Like, you're writing down your day like you have a microscope. It's an overview look. You're really looking at your life. Am I eating too much sugar? Do I get tired in the afternoon? Why do I get tired? Why do I always dump myself? Why do I have nothing to write in the afternoon? Do I not have anything to do? Am I bored? Do I like my life? Do I love my relationships? What am I doing with my life? It causes you to think. And that's what's required for you to move the needle on your life. If your health isn't good, that's why I'm especially going to be doing this video. You'll find that if your health isn't well, if you're not taking through one part of the cog in a wheel, then you're not going to be able to function creativity-wise or creatively-wise if you aren't taking care and managing your health. If you are bedridden, or if you have chronic disease or headaches, or that's going to put a big, huge hindrance in how you live. I mean, everything is pretty easy to do until your health sucks. Then that's all you'll care about, is that you get your health back. So that should be an integral part of your day-to-day planning and how you want to execute your life. So let me just give you some examples here with my page, and that's why I'm not going to go through the whole entire week, and I may not even get to a Tuesday, because honestly, I don't like the videos too long because of the main fact that I like to be able to execute more videos for you than a super long hour powerhouse of, but we'll see how much we can cover. For this, I do have that I'm up at 6:30. That pretty much is when my eyes just kind of flicker open, and it's really helped with the daylight savings time, especially. And I do 1 cup of caffeinated coffee in a day that's mold-free and no more. I find that if I don't do it, I don't even have any withdrawals or ramifications if I choose not to. And that's exactly the place I want to be at. I don't want to be with my body where it is an addiction in any degree. I don't want to be sustained by false energy in the afternoon. I want to be able to create a very where I'm listening to my body, that my adrenals are working properly, and my cortisol levels are not being amped up for, unnecessarily. And so anyway, again, I don't want to get too much into the health arena for another video because I'm going to really break down what I'm doing. So I have that done. Now, my husband and I always have time together in the morning. So we do our coffee together and we chat, and sometimes even longer than normal, but it's so valuable to us, even though we work together and he's home all day and we're both home all day together. We're both very busy in our roles and what we do, that's just so vital. And I love that time with him so much. I mean, we don't even have to go on a date anywhere because our mornings when kids are sleeping is what we do. And we've been doing it our whole married life. So we're doing that. I always do my butter coffee then with decaf. So I'll do that. So like I'll take a second cup, make it about an hour and two later, and it'll be a decaf. And then I'll put some butter in it and whip it up in my little magic bullet. And then I take it up with my coffee and do my shower and do my makeup. Again, that's part of my diet that I do, and I'll share with that soon. I then take my shower and I stay up here and I clean up my upper level. So I'll make my bed, start my laundry. My laundry room's up here. So I start my laundry, fold from last night if it was in the dryer, put it away, and I get that all taken care of. The boys' room, make sure there's no loose, dirty laundry, grab it out, kind of like tidy up my bathroom, that kind of thing. Then I head on down and I feed everyone breakfast, and I know exactly what I'm feeding them. And I have to do that. There's no sugar cereal that they grab. There's no such thing. So I make these gluten-free, grain-free waffles, and sometimes I'll do smoothies, and that's what we did this morning. I planned out, then I tidy that up, and I plan out with this YouTube video. So I knew I was doing this. I clean my kitchen then, finish up my shopping list, get the fridge cleaned and ready before I go to the grocery store today. Mondays are always my grocery day. I take all my sons. I even have my 18-year-old son who goes with me. All my sons. My Bella, her work schedule, she'll go sometimes. My kids, I've always taken them grocery shopping with me everywhere, and I think it's just part of my homeschooling philosophy is they are to live and learn with me, and I take them everywhere I go. If I go to the bank, I'm teaching them how to bank. If I'm going to the store, I teach them how to shop. It's just, we live and learn, and that's all they know, and they love it. And I see me with my purse, and they just grab their shoes. And they're like, let's go. And a lot of times what we'll do is we'll go to like Panera or something where they can get salads with chicken, no bread, and we will either do art together or we will do some sort of schooling together. So that's kind of fun. So that's kind of been our tradition. And I used to always, even like back in the day, even with my top 4 kids, they're out of the house, I used to bring books and read to them while they ate and stuff like that. So it was just fun. And I always had a baby, and I'd usually be nursing. So it's just what I've always done, and I'm still at it at age 51. So then take the boys to Panera. We're going to be doing that today. I'm going to actually eat a steak before I go with butter on it. More on that later. Get my list over to my wallet. I was planning on even maybe, did I plan on doing that? Christmas. Oh, I wanted to do that while I'm at Panera. So I have that down. I have my, I also went and got my blood work done as to see how I've progressed over the past year with my health. And so Dr. Peter Osborne, I'll list him down below, is who I'm seeing, but more on that so you can make a really good educated decision on my health video. I'll talk more about him. He's pretty phenomenal. He's on YouTube, and he's out of Sugar Land, Texas. And so he is my doctor. And then I have there's some things that I'm low in again, and I just got my test back. I'm like, crap. So, he's going to be writing up a new thing that I need to do. So there's some business things I'm doing, and this is all in the morning. I usually keep it morning, late morning, afternoon, evening here. And then I'm going to get my Goggy Oliver out, get him fed, play before we leave, and then he has to go back in the crate because he's just a puppy. And then lunch, of course, I've got to feed my mall bear, but that's kind of just a given. It's like I trigger it when Oliver comes out. So lunch, again, I'm just referring to what I'm eating because I'm going to feed them out, and then I'm going to clean up my steak mess, and everything's immaculate before I go. So I've got everything prepped and ready for me before I go. And then I've got where I'm shopping at Target today. I was thinking I maybe need some Christmas lights, so I kind of did a cute little drawing of some. And then I'm gonna actually, while the boys are eating, because I'm not gonna be eating, I'm gonna order from Thrive Market for my meat, because Target does not. They might have some 100% grass-fed beef, but their meat section is just all very, factory meat, and I don't do that. So I'm gonna order all my meat from Thrive while they're eating. And then that's what I'm going to do at that time. Then we're going to go to Target. I'm also going to be thinking of some of the Thanksgiving needs I might get inspired when I'm there and pick some up. And then I'll be home. I upload and put away and all the groceries and make sure that all of my breakfast and lunches are hammered out for the boys during the week. So I'm going to make sure I'm putting all this stuff away. I have it in a place where I know what I'm doing, and then it'll get locked and loaded in my planner so I know exactly what I'm doing. And I also love to do that in my week at a glance so I can glance at it and say, oh, that's what I'm doing for them for breakfast. That's what I'm doing for them for lunch. So I always put my menu right here, and then I will do it again here. So, but I love it at a glance for sure. And then I'm going to get out after I do that, take the dogs for a walk with my sons. And as I'm even talking about this may not be able to happen but it depends. This one might have to be on a Tuesday. So sometimes I might overput here, because I can see, this is why choreography is so important, because if you write a to-do list, there's so much overwhelm, there's so much you have that you have to do that you feel like you got to do it in one day, or then just days become weeks, and it's just that kind of a thing. This is like an introspection where it's like, okay, I can already tell that by the time I get home, take the dogs for a walk, put everything away, it's going to be more later in the evening. This might have to go to a Tuesday. So I might even just plan for it right now. Because I want everything to really just go as smoothly as it can, because it's important for me that they do get a nice fun walk, and it's a beautiful out, so I want to take advantage of it before it gets cold. So dinner, I'm going to do fajitas and all of that. So I'm going to get dinner prepped, and while that's maybe simmering, going all that, I'm going to get laundry caught up and folded and put away. It'll be a small one batcher because I've been on top of it. And then we're going to grill out, though, because it's going to be a beautiful day. I'm going to clean up, and guess what? I'm going to be live in my fans group tonight answering your questions on how you can write a better story. So if you are not over there in my Facebook fans group, Planner Perfect, make sure that you do. The link is down below, and I would love to have you. And if you want to get started with this method, tonight would be a great night to get there, because I'm going to help you guys. If you're stuck, I can help you get unstuck, get you inspired to really write a better story, maybe things for Thanksgiving, maybe for the holidays you have questions. I'm there for you, and I'm going to answer all of your questions tonight at 7 p.m. Central. And then after dinner, I'm making sure I clean up before I even go up there live, and then after that, I'll play a little game with my sons, maybe as a family, my husband too, and then we're to bed by 10 p.m. That is one of my pages of how I'm dissecting really all that I want to obtain in that day, writing it down in some really in-depth detail. I know my why. I know where I'm going. I have some exercise in there. I know I'm gluten-free. I know what I'm eating. I know that, because I could even do this too. What I know of the vitamin Ys I'm taking is, and I have it, this is the new Stanley's that I have. I'm sure you've seen my video, but there it is. See, and I put my vitamins up on top. And so I've been taking my fish oil. So definitely low in omega-3s. And I'll be waiting from Osborne to know what else I need to. I already know I'm low in Bs and I'm low in amino acids, so I need to know exactly what to do, and he will tell me, so I'm waiting for that. So that is really, in depth and very thorough, and it's positioned in a way that is more time blocked, not time stamped. I don't really have anything pressing for a certain exact time, because I don't like to stress myself out unless it's an appointment. But I've got it mapped in a way that's fluid and flows. I know what I'm doing. And even like for today, it's more like there's not even like a moment where we're sitting down and doing homeschooling, but yet we're just living life together, walking the dog. We are shopping, they're price comparing, they're seeing how things work. we also, when we play games at night, we usually do like Monopoly. I'm teaching them counting back. They're learning things like that. We're always just learning, living, doing. And then I'll have days where we sit down and I'll hammer out something from history, and all of the other different topics, some English writing. We'll get into it with their age group, or with their books that we do have. So here, I'm decided, I've already hit 30 minutes. I'm not going to go any further than that, but this is the rest is prepped and ready. I'm ignited and ready to go. So I think I may do this. Maybe I'll even bring this with me as well to Panera, and I can also just write this out. I have my stickers in the back. I could bring my pen case that's coming soon to the store here, I do believe by next month. So yeah, I'll bring that with me, and I'll have everything I need to map out my life and get it all geared up and ready to go. Got my 2 twin powers here, and I'm absolutely in love with it. You know, it's going to be fun, as I'm going to have a lot of Christmas ones next year, so that'll be amazing. Our new spirals, if you've seen that video, those will be coming out for January, coming up soon. And girls, there you have it. There's just some inspiration for planning your days with Planner Perfect and its method, and